Every single day, this small workshop turns raw sheets of steel and coils of wire into something you use without ever thinking about it. The humble padlock. No giant robots, no automated assembly lines. Just steel, chemicals, fire, and human hands working in perfect rhythm to produce these by the thousands. By the end of this video, you'll never look at a padlock the same way again. Let's go inside.
Bring me into golden sunlight.
It all starts with a flat, featureless sheet of steel and a machine that looks like it belongs in an old-school blacksmith's fever dream. Watch closely. This worker feeds raw metal strip into a heavy manual press. One pull of the lever and slam, a perfectly shaped padlock body blank drops out. No lasers, no computer programs, just decades of muscle memory and a machine built to punch through steel like it's paper. Every stroke of that press is doing the work of a machine costing 100 times more, just slower and honestly, more satisfying to watch. But a flat blank isn't a padlock yet. It needs holes, precise ones, for the pins, the shackle, the internal locking mechanism. So the blanks move to a second press, this one fitted with drill bits and punches. Each plate gets exactly the holes it needs, in exactly the right place, every single time. Get this wrong by even half a millimeter, and the padlock simply won't lock. That's the kind of precision riding on every single strike of this machine. And what good is a lock with no key? Right next to the padlock line, the exact same process repeats for the keys. Steel blanks get stamped, shaped, and drilled with a unique tooth pattern that will one day match perfectly with its padlock. Thousands of these are made in parallel, so that by the time a padlock is finished, its key is already waiting for it. Now here's where things get genuinely mesmerizing. Every raw part, dull, gray, and rough, gets hung by hand onto long metal racks. Rows and rows of padlock bodies, shackles, and keys dangling like ornaments, about to go through one of the most chemically intense transformations in this entire factory. These racks are lowered, one after another, into a sequence of tanks. First, degreasing baths, stripping away oil and dirt from the pressing stage. Then, acid baths, which eat away rust and oxidation, exposing bare, reactive metal underneath. And in between almost every single chemical dip, a rinse. Clean water, over and over. Because if even a trace of one chemical bleeds into the next tank, the entire batch can be ruined. Then comes the main event, electroplating. The racks are submerged into tanks charged with electrical current, where microscopic layers of nickel and chromium are literally bonded onto the surface of the steel, atom by atom. This isn't paint, it isn't a coating that flakes off. It's a permanent metallic skin, the same process that gives car bumpers and motorcycle parts that mirror-like shine. Straight out of the final rinse, the parts are dripping wet. And here's a step you'd never guess. Workers dump entire batches into a rotating drum filled with sawdust. Yes, sawdust. As the drum tumbles, the sawdust naturally absorbs every last drop of moisture and buffs the surface at the same time, leaving each part bone dry and gleaming with zero water spots. It's a low-tech trick that's been used in metal finishing for generations. Because sometimes the old methods are still the best methods. While the plating tanks are working their magic, another station is busy building the part of the padlock that takes all the abuse, the shackle. Thick steel wire is fed into a cutting machine and sliced into exact lengths, one for every single padlock that will ever leave this factory. Then, each length is clamped into a bending jig and forced into that unmistakable U-shape you'd recognize anywhere. This is the piece that will get slammed, pried, cut at, and yanked on for years. So this shackle needs to be strong, uniform, and dead accurate in size, or it simply won't fit the lock body waiting for it on the other side of the factory. Here's something interesting. Plating isn't a one-and-done step in this factory. A second, more extensive plating cycle takes the components even further. More tanks, more rinses, more careful hand dipping, all building up that thick, durable, corrosion-resistant shine that will let these padlocks survive years of rain, humidity, and rough handling out in the real world. And once again, drying, tumbling, and manual polishing, this time as a final pass before these parts are considered truly finished. Workers inspect each piece by hand, checking for any dull spots, uneven plating, or leftover residue. Anything that doesn't pass gets sent right back through the line. Now, for the moment everything has been building toward. Each finished, gleaming padlock body arrives at the assembly bench, where workers begin fitting in the internal locking mechanism, piece by tiny piece. Pins, springs, the rotating cylinder, all placed by hand with a kind of speed and precision that only comes from doing this exact motion thousands of times a day. A spring gets dropped in, a pin follows, the cover plate snaps over the top. Multiply this single motion by a few thousand, and you start to understand the sheer scale of what's happening in this workshop hour after hour. The shackle, the U-shaped bar we watched get bent earlier, is fitted into the body last, locked into place by the very mechanism the worker just assembled. And now, the moment of truth. Every single padlock is tested with its matching key before it's allowed to leave this station. Insert, turn, click, open. If it doesn't move smoothly, it doesn't pass. There's no shortcut here. A padlock that fails now is a padlock that fails a customer later, and this factory isn't willing to risk that. From a flat, lifeless sheet of steel to a chrome-plated, fully assembled, tested padlock ready to protect a gate, a locker, or a front door somewhere in the world. No massive robotic arms, no fully automated factory line. Just skilled hands, simple machines, and a process refined over generations, turning out padlocks by the thousands, one careful step at a time. If you enjoyed going inside this factory, make sure to subscribe, because we're taking you inside more incredible manufacturing.
Wanna clear a bottle, a cabinet, wanna stay